Morning world, it's about 10:30 in the morning on the 9th of September 2020. Mars in the sky is standing still from a geocentric perspective. Looking at it from the Earth, Mars is about to start moving backwards against the backdrop of the planets in the sky over the next 9 weeks. Mars has spent the last time from the start of July to now moving forward, creating or symbolically representing events, developments, actions. Now Mars is about to go retrograde, where there's going to be a lot of reassessment, reevaluation, reconsideration. Mars will start moving forward again around the second week of November, and that's when new actions will develop or old actions will be reinforced. Mars will leave Aries at the start of January, first week of January. Mars in Aries is not an easy energy. It is an energy of protest, of action, of dynamicism. It's assertive and projective and sometimes warlike and confrontational and aggressive. And with Mars squaring all those big planets in Capricorn, it's very much a time of anger and protest. I get a bit hacked off when I get a lot of younger people saying to me that I'm an old man and I should be making protests against world domination. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. I was there with Cruise Watch against cruise missiles in the early 80s. I was supporting the Greenland women in the 90s. I was gluing myself to nuclear power stations and staying up trees in the early mid-90s. I was there with the start of Rock Against Racism and the Anti-Nazi League. And I'm an active financial supporter of Extinction Rebellion. I'm very committed to the idea of human rights and protest movements if they're for the benefit of humanity as a whole. But the protests that are going on today are because there's sort of one planet and 8 billion different worlds, and everyone's got their own agenda. And this Mars square Jupiter has really caused a sort of dichotomy between the individual need for personal development versus the collective need for a more sustainable long-term philosophy around structure and government. Mars squaring Saturn is causing problems between the need for people to go their own way and do their own thing versus the need for a collective structure and order and boundary system. Just look at Belarus. And Mars square Pluto is really subversive. It's bringing out the need for, Mars in Aries is bringing up the need for individual action, even if it's destructive, in order to bring down the old patterns, the old structures. All these planets in Capricorn are changing forever the way we live our lives and the way we run our governments. And long term, we're seeing the end of the old systems of governance. This may come for a global currency, and I've yet to hear a good argument against a global currency. Yes, I know by having a global currency we will see an end to the stock markets and we will see an end to the money changing and the money laundering. But it'll be great for the global economy, and it'll be great to bring everything much more into balance. And it needs to be a new currency, not the yuan, yen, dollar, pound. That'll come, I hope. But at the moment, with Mars in Aries squaring all of these planets, there's a lot of discontent, a lot of protests, a lot of anger, and everybody thinks they've got their way of doing things. Now we're heading into a 9-week period of reassessment, reevaluation, retrospect, where sane people will start looking at the world and going, have we gone mad? Because anybody from outside planet Earth who's looking at humanity at the moment saying, are they ready to be admitted into a galactic federation, for example? They're going to be thinking, not a chance. They're squabbling, fighting and bitching, and everyone's got their own opinions, and there's no sense of unified community at a global level. Localized, absolutely. Globally, forget it. Thing is, as long as there are divisive nation states run by global and corporate elites, this situation won't change. As long as there's a bunch of men, mainly, who are looking to continue to control and dominate, regardless of whether you think it's the Premier of China or Donald Trump or Bill Gates or the British aristocracy or the Bilderberg group, it doesn't matter. As long as there are people out there who think that they want to control the world and control the lives of other people, it will never work. I deal with so many people where they say to me, if only I was in a good relationship, if only I had a good home, if only I had a good job. And it all starts within. You can't be in a good relationship with anyone else till you're in a good relationship with yourself. You can't have happiness in your life until you're happy in yourself. It all starts internally. And if we apply that message out to the outside world, we can't have a unified planet until we're all basically living in symbiotically healthy relationships with each other, not just locally but globally as well. That sounds like a pipe dream at the moment, but perhaps a unified currency is one way to achieve this. Meantime, we've got 9 weeks now of Mars going backwards, squaring Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto. Yuck. So look at Aries in your chart, look at the house it's in, and now Mars is going to be going backwards. So the lessons to be learned in the areas of your chart that Mars is in over the next 9 weeks are going to be pretty strong. And if you can avoid getting your buttons pushed, and if you can learn to be projective and assertive without being confrontational and aggressive, and if you can learn to take action and be proactive so that you make things happen instead of things happening to you, then your world will become a better place. And then the outside world will become a better place. Catch you later, world. Bye.